Right, if you're watching this video, you're probably into tropical plants or growing tropical plants in cooler climates. So we're in the UK here on the east coast. But yeah, so we've had a bank holiday weekend, just been and gone, and I've been plant buying, surprise, surprise. But my excuse was it was my birthday over the weekend, so I'm allowed to treat myself. So I bought a few plants, and I do like my elephant ears as in the way of colocasias and alocasias. But we got a couple of interesting alocasia, so we're going to look at some of them today. So we'll start off with this one. So this is a dark stemmed, sort of darker leafed variety of alocasia. So it's a bit different because most of them are sort of the standard sort of green. So I thought I'd fancied a darker leafed one. And I bought this one because it's actually got a couple of little ones coming up as well. It weren't particularly cheap. I think it was about 20 quid from Urban Jungle, but it was, like I say, a little bit different, so we'll see how that one does. I'd love to give you the actual name, but I've already forgotten. I've repotted it since. Something Princess. There is other varieties of sort of darker leafed ones, but yeah, I'm hoping that's gonna put on some decent size. We did get a couple of alocasias reduced. So what we got here, this is the pink passion one. So this is a bit different for an alocasia where it's sort of more of a split leaf, but they get quite nice. They've got a similar sort of petioles to, what is it, the Zebrina. So they've got sort of a coloured petiole, but they do have more of a sort of split leaf philodendron look, if you like. Yeah, so it was 16 quid, so it's half price, so it's 8 quid. I mean, yeah, it's a little bit rough, but I'm sure we can get that growing nicely again. I did already have one of these, which sort of died down over winter, and it's not coming back yet, so I thought, well, for half price we'll get that. On a side note, I did get a little white wizard philodendron, little baby one, with some quite nice variegation on that. It's only $4.99. Yeah, so we've got another half price alocasia here. That was $12.99, so literally 6.5 quid. There's one of these sort of dark greeny red looking ones, sort of really metallic-y leaf. So we'll see how that does. But they're not really the main events. I got one that was particularly nice, and we'll have a look at that now. It's probably one of my favourite plants in here at the moment. I'm quite fickle. I love loads of different plants, and every plant is my favourite when I first buy it. Yeah, Thai Constellation's just knocked out another leaf. That's the second since it's been in here in just under a month. So that's doing really well. The first leaf it pulled out had a big patch of white on it there, and this one's got quite a bit. So yeah, I'm really pleased with that. And the bird of paradise is still pushing out new flowers, sort of popping up a couple of petals each day, and even the other one's starting to go now as well. So that's always nice to see. That's your standard bird of paradise. I have got a golden form, which is, the leaves look exactly the same, but the flower's not got the blue bits in it. It's just got the sort of more of a golden colour, but that's not actually flowering at the moment. It has got a couple of small spikes coming. Yes, so let's just, before we get into the main alocasia that I'm quite pleased about, let's just have a look at this Persian Shield, because that's the one I bought from Morrison's for £4. And I don't know, it might have been 6-8 weeks ago. But that's sort of rough looking, half dead. And look at it now, they really do respond well to a bit of light and heat. And just the colour is something else. You can't beat that for a metallic-y purple foliage. Yeah, so I might well actually take some cuttings from that. It's quite a bushy little plant now. And the other one, so I did actually find another one which is not quite as advanced, because I got this a couple of weeks later, and that's now starting to bush out a bit and getting some colour. But let's have a look at this bad boy. So this is, like I say, probably my new favourite plant in here at the moment. So this is a type of one of these fancy types of Alocasia, so it's very different to your normal looking ones. Let's just pull it out and have a proper look. So it is a good sized leaf on it. It's not a silver scale, something like that. It's something similar. Like, again, I've repotted it and not took note of the name, but something silver anyway. But that is a really nice, really thick, it's almost like plastic leaf, you know, really sort of thick, sturdy leaf. And yeah, just the shape, the texture and the colour is just something else. And yeah, pushing out a new leaf there. It is actually in flower at the moment. It's got a couple of flowers on it. Again, like most aroids, the leaves are the main things, not the flowers. They all sort of a bit of an anticlimax when it comes to flowers. But again, this is really grown for the, well, the petioles are quite pretty as well, because they're sort of green with spots on them. But the leaves are the main event on this, and I don't know if that'll pick up on camera just how textured they are. They really are sort of a 3D leaf, and really quite special. I really like this one. And like I say, it's gonna come out more of a metallic-y, oily, greeny silver, and then sort of harden off to a more of a true silver. And we've already got a little baby coming on this one as well. But yeah, I'll be interested to see on this one. I mean, I haven't actually looked up, done any research on it as such, but I'll have to see if I can find the pot I got it out of and see what's actually called, and look it up and see what sort of size we're getting. But I mean, to be fair, this flower, and I wouldn't have thought I would have got much bigger leaves than this. I mean, they're probably about a foot, some of these leaves, but I don't know, there's just something about this, the colour and the texture, that I do really like that. So that is probably my new favourite plant in here at the moment. But yeah, everything's doing really well here in the hothouse. So even though we're not getting hot temperatures outside, we're still, you know, just a little bit of sun in here, and we're 30 degrees plus every day. So it really is the opportunity to grow something special. And I'm just getting a bit distracted because I've got a pigeon slipping down the roof. Yeah, so I have most of the Alocasia I've moved into the garden now, what I wanted to put out. I've got a few that are sort of left behind, which are not quite ready yet. We've got a white lava here, which is just starting to get the white. I've got a Black Magic, which has been really slow, but I've got a bigger one which is already out in the garden. And we've got Coal Miner. I've got a couple of leftover pink Chinas, which I might just put back in the garden again. And I've got a few Alocasias which I want to go out. I've got some blue Hawaii Colocasia as well, which just seems to be more of a cupped leaf with the blue veins, but that's quite nice. But yeah, the Alocasias, I might put a couple out in the garden. When really with Alocasias, they really want decent heat, and we're still not really getting it at the moment. We've had up and down weather. We've had some warm days, but I won't say we've had any really hot days. You know, we are sort of late May now, and we're expecting some decent weather to come, but at the minute it's been sort of wet, cloudy, the odd glimpse of sun. It's been disappointing. It's not been a bad start to the season, but it could have been better. We ain't had any real heat yet. We've got the Thai Giant here, which is only really just started to get going. I may well just grow that in the hothouse all summer and see what sort of size we can get on that, because I've always been disappointed because these really do need decent heat to get to a size. So when you see people growing these, 9 times out of 10 it's in a pot, and I've had it in the greenhouse pretty much all summer, and that'll come out for the last month of summer, and that's a huge size. But in reality, if you've got them in the UK, we don't get the summer heat, so you're not going to grow massive leaves on these unless the weather's really kind to us. Yeah, so bear that in mind. Don't expect to get a Alocasia Thai Giant and slap it in the ground. Don't expect giant leaves. I mean, I have had leaves up to 3 foot on these, which is nothing compared to what they can grow. You could get 6, 7 foot size leaves on these. They really are monsters, but they like I say, they need the constant heat, and here in the UK we certainly don't get that. And you do need warmer nights as well, and that's what lets us down. We do have cool nights even in the summer, but you know, nothing's out of the question. If we do get the odd hot summer, and you might get lucky, but in general, a lot of these plants, especially the Colocasias and Alocasias, they'll be happy out in the garden all summer, but they won't get to giant proportions like you see in the United States or stuff like that. You know, unless you're starting off with a really big plant, don't expect to have a little small Alocasia, and don't expect that to get sort of 6 foot tall in one season outside in the UK, because that's not going to happen. So yeah, manage your expectations. Anyway, yeah, so I have been buying plants as usual, but that is my new favourite at the moment. I did buy some outdoor plants, and I'll probably do a separate video on that maybe in a day or two. There's some bedding plants and a couple of plants that I've been after for a while. Nothing rare or anything like that, just things that I've been meaning to get and ain't got round to. Right, so I could go through all the plants here and bore everyone, but I think you've probably got the gist of what's going on. So we'll leave it there. So thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.